like you're having an effect. I think they're waiting for Brother Henri.
I can't keep them waiting any longer. There's already somebody in your office who's been waiting 20 minutes.
Oh.
Monsieur Charret.
Is that the price of a liquor license?
That's what the former MLA Arsène Gagné got, but we can discuss it.
Mademoiselle Lalonde, Monsieur Rougeau, we're leaving. We'll be right back. Sorry, we'll be right back. We'll be back.
Mr. Levesque. Sorry, excuse us.
Our children thank you. This is very generous.
I had nothing to do with it. It's a contribution from Monsieur Charret.
Oh, thanks to your generosity, the orphans will be able to go swimming. Actually, if you give me your full name, I would be very happy to inscribe it on the memorial plaque.
Monsieur Charret, you don't have to give me money for your liquor license, Monsieur Charret. You don't have to do this anymore. Those days are over. You'll get your license anyway.
That's when I won the heavyweight championship of Europe against Félix Miquet. There were 20,000 people. We were at the Bilodeau Yves.
The infamous Veldiv.
Yeah, that's where the Nazis gathered thousands of Jews to send them to the death camps.
I remember. I was there. At Dachau. We were the first to enter the camp. What I saw. I'll never forget how barbaric we can become in the name of nationalism. You can't forget the responsibility you have to democracy when you're elected. Monsieur René Levesque, Minister of Natural and Supernatural Resources. Dear Monsieur Levesque, I'm a tenant who would greatly appreciate that you speak to my landlord to keep him from raising my rent. Yeah. Monsieur Levesque, Grand Chief of the Eskimos. Dear Monsieur Levesque, please try and get back my deadbeat dad's pension. Yeah, of course. This one is for Monsieur René Évêque, Monsieur René Bishop. I'm a mother who kindly asked if you could buy a wheelchair for my handicapped son. I guess we can free up some money for that, Marie? Marie? Oh, poor thing. She's exhausted. Am I that bad a boss?
You're not easy. No offense, Mr. Levesque, but one has to be pretty tough. Oh.
It's discouraging. No, I don't understand anything. Yeah, look at that, Philippe. 2 bridges on Îles aux Allumettes. One built by Ottawa, the other one by Quebec. Quebec's cost $1,400,000. Ottawa's $900,000. A difference of $500,000. And Ottawa's bridge is 400 feet longer. 400 feet longer for $500,000 less. How can you explain that?
Quebec hired its contractor without a public tender.
Monsieur le Ministre, the Secretary General of the CNTU, Monsieur Jean Marchand, is here.
Jean? Why doesn't he come in?
He doesn't have an appointment.
Monsieur Lee, Jean is my friend. He doesn't need one. I'll never get used to all this protocol.
I'm going to eat. You want something?
Yes, a sandwich, anything.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hi.
Well, well. After seeing how your secretary guards your office, I have no more doubt. You're really a minister.
Monsieur Lee is not my secretary. She belongs to the department.
Ah. So, how the hell are you? Or is it too informal? After all, you have two ministries. How do you do, honorable sir?
Go to hell. You know anything about bridges?
No.
Well, that's my job. I'm trying to learn how they're built.
And how are they built?
With bribes. I work 18 hours a day just trying to understand what's in my files.
Louise must be happy. You're so busy you can't get into trouble. And how's it going with handsome Jean?
Well, so far so good. He gave me the mandate to clean out the Augean stables of the former government, so that's what I'm doing. I'm not a minister. I'm a cleaning lady. By the way, Le Sage is not that handsome.
Come to the cottage in Cap Rouge for dinner, eh? We're getting together with Pelletier and Trudeau this weekend. I have good wine, seafood. It'll be fun to argue like we used to, huh?
If I don't get back to Montreal on the weekends, I'm a dead man.
Well, so much for my dinner. I'm all for peace at home. So, have fun.
I see you, Jean.
Yeah.
Our favorite receptionist just gave me this.
Oh.
And this is from your brother-in-law. Ham and cheese and hot mustard.
Insurance, good morning.
Yes, René Levesque speaking, from the Department of Public Works. I'd like to speak to the president.
Will you hold, please?
Yes, I'll wait, thank you. Hi.
Hello.
Hello?
Monsieur Levesque?
Yes, speaking. Why are you sending me money?
It's customary. You're the Minister of Public Works. We do this 3 times a year. That's how it worked with your predecessor, Monsieur Daigle.
Well, Monsieur Deck wasn't re-elected. I'm returning your gift, and I'm deducting that amount from our insurance premiums. Good day.
Eat something.
If I accepted everything that landed on my desk, I'd be a millionaire by now. I don't know how much longer I can take this.
You'll get used to it.
I don't think so. Politics is a dirty business.
You've always had a knack for getting into impossible situations.
Mother, it's hardly René's fault if politics is corrupt.
You'll get hurt.
I survived the Blitz in London. Don't worry about me. Want me to break this beautiful big cloth for you?
Yes, yes, yes. Is Monsieur Le Sage happy with you? I know you. You're always questioning authority. Now that you have an almost respectable job, try to be a little less contrary. If only you'd finished your law degree. What?
Nothing.
Nothing.
40% off. That's a lot.
I've done my research, Monsieur Larouche, and that's the price.
There are always unforeseen expenses in construction.
Ah, yes, unforeseen expenses.
I don't want to stop working for le gouvernement. But if I can't cover my cost, think about it.
You're forgetting something, Monsieur Larouche.
No, it's for you, Monsieur le Ministre.
I don't want your money. Get out!
He's champion of absenteeism at the assembly, and when he deigns to come, he's late.
It's about time. Slept well, Monsieur Levesque?
Not really. I've just finished writing my bill for public tenders. So if we could proceed, it would suit me fine.
I'm listening.
Well, to sum up, for contracts of less than 25,000, we'll only ask 3 companies for tenders. From 25,000 to 100,000, we'll advertise in newspapers in the regions where the work is to be done, like the new bridge in Shawinigan, for instance. From 100,000 to 200,000, we'll advertise in newspapers in Montreal and Quebec City only. And over $200,000, we'll ask contractors province-wide, those who can do the job, of course, to bid. That's about it.
Contractors will never agree to that. At least drop the call for tenders for contracts under 25,000.
Anyone who doesn't accept our policy should resign from the party. Personally, I would leave if this patronage were to continue.
Your first call for tenders. Are you happy? Oh, and you have to phone your mother. She called. She said she still exists even though you're a minister.
Marie, if you give in to my mother's emotional blackmail, you'll never come out alive. How is she? A cold.
Ask her yourself.
What's happening?
You asked me to help you, and now in exchange I'm told I have to revise all my contracts with the government downwards?
Philippe, you're my brother-in-law. If I can't set an example with you, who am I going to do it with?
You're gonna kill my business.
Family.
We'd be rich in Quebec if we controlled our own economy.
To control, Monsieur Lapalme, one must own. And to own, one must be able to pay.
False premise, my dear René. Here's the file I started years ago on power companies. Imagine the economic benefit to Quebec if the profits from our resources were reinvested here instead of abroad. Hydroelectric power is our economic engine, and that engine should drive everything else.
In my humble opinion, Monsieur Lapalme, the difficulty is to get people to change their mentality, that we have the right to go from tenants to owners.
You know, René, being master of one's house is like scotch. Once you've had a taste, you can't live without it.
Two scotches, please. This round's on me. So you're the young man I've heard so much about. Sit down, Monsieur Bélanger. It bugs me to see you standing. So tell me, what do you think about the state of our hydroelectric resources and network?
Well, the current system is defective. We use water any which way. There's anarchy in the production, the management, and the transmission of power, especially in the transmission. Private hydro operators each have their own water reservoirs, so they have to have their own transmission lines. So that means we double, even triple the lines. Waste, you understand?
Not too well, really, but you're so clever. You'll help me understand more. You're hired.
What?
My secretary will get you an office.
An office?
Don't you want to work with me?
Yes, but just like that, without a formal interview?
I can't really give you a test on a subject you know better than I do. They say you're good, and the department doesn't have an economist.
Well, I'll need a team.
Go find good people. You want the job or not?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to go, an urgent meeting. You come back when you're ready.
Thank you. Okay.
If there's nobody home, I'm going by myself.
Daddy!
Hi, boys. Your mother's not here?
Yes?
We're going?
Yes. You ready?
Yeah. You take boo-boo.
Take the small one, Suzanne. The small one. Okay.
Let's go. We're gonna have a great weekend. Yes? Yeah, thank you. Good.
André Marié, René Levesque.
Monsieur Marié.
Monsieur Levesque.
Pierre F. Côté, Éric Gourdeau, Marie Lalonde.
I'll tell you right off, working conditions are horrible. I'm a tough boss, and I'll ask you to do the impossible. But there's 5 of us.
6.
Yeah, 6 to work, 5 to play poker. Sorry, Marie, it's men's business. I won't beat around the bush. What I have in mind is the nationalization of electricity. Quebecers are the most patient people on earth. We don't have to apologize for wanting to take our place. I haven't told Monsieur Lesage anything about this. I want answers to all objections first. You are the brain trust I need to do a serious study. I want to know everything about our hydroelectric resources. Monsieur Bélanger is in charge.
This study must be top secret. Eric will do an overview of the problems with the current system. Pierre F. will take care of the legal aspects. And André, well, you're the best person to list the pros and cons of state ownership.
Good. Well, if there are no more questions.
Do you really think you have a chance, Monsieur Levesque?
We have a chance, Monsieur Gourdeau. We. From now on, this is our file. Well, if you're ready, let's get to it. Marie, an ashtray?
What's keeping them?
They do it on purpose.
Monsieur Levesque, what's this concession held in perpetuité?
Concession that never expires? Why?
This is the lease on the St. Maurice River.
I have news for them. Okay, now, no matter what happens, no one gets upset.
No.
We will not accept any rent increase.
Mr. Levesque, we've been on those rivers forever. They belong to us.
Dites à M. Britton que non seulement j'augmente son loyer, mais que dorénavant, j'exige que les baux sur nos rivières soient aussi rédigés en français.
Pas sérieux?
Traduisez.
Mr. Levesque refuses to back down on the increase.
So do we.
No government minister is going to tell us how to run our companies.
Traduisez le reste, M. Drouin.
He's adamant about the increase. And he wants the leases to be written in French.
The whims of a greenhorn. Tell Mr. Levesque we will continue to do business as we always have.
And at the same price.
Jusqu'ici, vos compagnons payaient des loyers ridiculement bas et demandaient à mes concitoyens des prix ridiculement élevés. Je considère que ça a assez duré.
Monsieur Levesque, nous ne pouvons pas accepter votre augmentation de loyer. Nos compagnies contribuent déjà beaucoup au progrès économique de la province.
Votre compagnie n'a jamais fait de faveur spéciale à la population du Québec dans le but de contribuer à son mieux-être. And just because you're taking yourself for the Queen of England does not mean you'll dictate my conduct in my department. Vous avez des maudites limites.
Messieurs. Did you notice when you broke the table? It looked just like Three Rivers. It's an omen.
The omen is that I broke a bone in my hand on their damn table. What happened this morning is just a taste of what's ahead. If I want to convince Lesage to support me, I'll have to be prepared.
By working all night?
I can't make love all the time.
No?
No.
You impressed me with Finlandson.
I lost my temper. I hate that.
You're passionate.
What?
The financial institutions are going to put up a fight. They think nationalization is the same as communism. You'll need allies who carry some weight.
I know. I could never live with you, Marie.
I know you're married. It's okay.
Not because I'm married. Because you think too much like a man. Ouch. Stop it, stop it. No, ow, my hand, you bully.
When's it going to be ready?
Well, cofferdam excavation is complete. So,
What's this?
The blue book that Levesque has produced on how electricity is managed in Quebec.
well, how did you get it?
Never mind how I got it. I read it. My chief engineer has read it. How could they do such amazing work in so little time? They're just kids. They're bureaucrats. They're French, for Christ's sake.
Exactly, I wouldn't worry.
Yeah, well, goddamn Levesque broke my table. I hope he broke his bloody hand.
list came this morning from Jack Fuller, Shawinigan Water and Power. He wants to invest $228 million in the Tracy region, a thermal power plant and a petrochemical plant. Jobs for approximately 3,000 workers.
Strange coincidence.
Obviously, he wants some future guarantees from me. And he wants to negotiate a new market share for Shawinigan Water and Power.
I don't know what to tell him. Jack Fuller manages our political slush fund.
Can I leave this with you?
Ah, youth. No stamina.
Buddy, we work till 2 in the morning for a change. Knowing Levesque, he'll be as fresh as a daisy.
We're gonna have to pick up the pace on our review of those reports. They are bringing out the heavy artillery. How far along are you? What's so funny?
Oh, nothing.
Come in. Ah. Have you finished your Christmas shopping, Monsieur Levesque?
Well, to be honest, I haven't even started. You have a minute?
You keep pestering me with that. Make it quick.
Listen, I have every reason to believe the odds are in our favor. Solid economic reasons. What would you say to nationalization?
Over my dead body. Merry Christmas, Monsieur Levesque.
Merry Christmas, Monsieur le Sage. Well, in my humble opinion, electricity is the key to our economy. It's fundamental for Quebec and must be an integrated whole. This unification must be achieved in the public sector. It just makes sense. On the basis of facts and research, I can't come to any other conclusion. Now, if you excuse me, I'm right.
What about Shawinigan Power, Mr. Levesque?
Monsieur Johnson, Leader of the Opposition.
Monsieur le Président, the honorable member for Laurier is shouting nationalization from the rooftops. Is this the view of the Premier Ministre as well?
Monsieur le Premier Ministre.
Monsieur le Président, journalists have been talking about nationalization, not the member for Laurier. I just talked to him on the phone, and he assured me he had spoken of integration and not nationalization. My Natural Resources Minister would never be allowed to announce anything without my consent. Stop making me look like an idiot. You won't succeed in forcing my hand by putting my back against the wall.
If you'd listened to reason, I would have...
And cabinet solidarity. What about that?
So it's a question of appearances?
Oh, shut up before... I'm the boss here. Despite my respect for you, René, I won't let you forget that.
And with all due respect to you, Monsieur le Sage, I won't give up till I convince you. You haven't heard the last of this. Bonjour, Pierre.
How are you?
Fine, and you?
Good.
Hey, come on, move it! We're freezing!
crazy.
It'd be pretty crazy not to at least see if it's possible.
Real question is, can Quebec afford it?
We can't afford not to.
The money should go into education. How do you expect a country to improve if its people are uncultured and illiterate? You want to waste taxpayers' money on a stupid matter like nationalism? We just got out from under Duplessis.
Nationalizing electricity is not nationalism. It's simply good economic sense.
I thought you had ideals higher than mere good economic sense.
What René means...
What René means is that he wants to give priority to an issue that will keep the province in debt for years at the expense of an entire people's evolution.
They've done it in other parts of Canada. BC, Ontario. Why not here? Why is it good there and bad here? Because the millionaire was gone to all these big universities. Thinks education saves people. What's the use of bringing up a generation of university graduates if American companies keep them in shitty, low-paying jobs? Because our industries don't belong to us.
Of course, if you're getting into emotional propaganda, what I'm saying is that a truly democratic government cannot be nationalistic.
And what I'm saying is I don't have any lessons to learn from a guy whose idea of democracy is always to let everyone else pick up the dinner tab.
We'll never get the voters to back us on nationalization.
If we explain to them that it's in their interest, I don't see why the people would object.
You're complicating my life. It's madness. We're gonna have the power companies on our backs if we nationalize. It's already happened. Not to mention the banks. The banks, Monsieur Marlet? Obviously. They've threatened to boycott government bonds if you carry out Monsieur Levesque's socialist plan. Threats? Really?
It suits them to call me a socialist.
Monsieur Levesque, are you ever going to learn to shut up? Monsieur Marlet, tell the St. James Street bankers that Quebec is not a banana republic and that the era of the puppet king is over. And you, convince me that the people are ready to follow us into this madness, and I promise I will take it seriously.
Monsieur Parizeau.
Good morning.
Thanks for coming so quickly. Come in. This one. And look at this. My wife, Jacques Parizeau.
Nice to meet you.
I'd like you to take a look at all this. If you could give me a detailed report on buying the power companies, how much it would cost, see if it's profitable.
Well, all right. I'll take a look. When do you want it?
Take your time.
Of course, but give me some idea.
Today's Saturday. I'm leaving for Quebec City early Monday morning, if I could take it with me. How much?
600 million.
That's the entire budget of the province.
But you only need to borrow 300 million.
From who?
It's possible if you can free yourself from the control of the St. James Street financial syndicate.
Oh.
U.S. banks should be willing to lend you 100 million. You will have to try to borrow the rest on the Canadian market, diversifying the sources. And yes, it's profitable.
If everyone agrees to lend us the money.
Obviously.
Monsieur Parizeau, thank you.
See you later. You're welcome.
Double, just a drop of water. Anything else, Mr. Kieran's?
No, thank you. That'll be fine.
Good.
French bastard.
It'll all play out today. Pack your bags and be ready to leave.
Don't say that. You're going to win.
We have no idea which way Lesage will go. One thing's for sure, if he turns me down on nationalization, I'm resigning.
Tu have la palme on your side? Gérin la joie? Pierre Laporte?
Pierre has just been elected. Even if he comes to like à l'épaule, he won't have the right to vote. He's not a minister.
I refuse to believe you could resign.
I wouldn't have a choice. Well, it's not so bad. I'll do something else.
René, if you resign, I lose my job and my boss. It's a lot.
Hey, Pierre. I wasn't sure you'd be here.
Mr. Triumph in the court of Borgias. Are you kidding?
Flu or no flu, you're playing. Don't you dare turn me down, Malais. Oh, Levesque. I hear you like poker. I feel like playing this evening. Monsieur Marler's joining us. Any objections?
None, Monsieur Lesage.
Raise you 3.
Look at.
$3. You'll regret that.
Good night, gentlemen.
You're off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
The private sector's proven its efficiency. If it ain't broke, why fix it?
Simple. Because it's essential we reappropriate our economic power. Want to see my hand, Monsieur Marler?
I'll pass.
Quebec's debt level is one of the lowest in Canada. We can borrow the money safely.
The people versus the banks. You really think that we can win?
Yes.
No. You'll isolate Quebec from the rest of Canada with your demands.
Bonne nuit, messieurs.
Good night, sir.
How much do I owe you?
37?
I don't have it. Can you advance me what I owe you?
Yes, I think so.
We have an hour left. Monsieur Levesque raised the issue of nationalizing electricity. Where do we stand on the question? Do we nationalize Shawinigan Water and Power, yes or no?
If we go ahead with nationalization, I'll be forced to review my commitment to this government.
I don't believe threatening to resign is a valid argument, Monsieur Marler. René, would you explain your plan to us?
In my humble opinion, hydroelectric power is the key to our economy. We control the last great energy reserves of Canada. If we want to regain our economic power, it's essential that the raw material belong to us. Quebec is ready for bold projects. We must give ourselves the tools necessary to go as far as we can. For once in our history, we have the chance to hold all the cards. We have nothing to lose. Thank you.
Talk to me, Georges Emile.
Our political program is too ambitious. We would have to stretch it out over 4 or 5 years. We have 2 years left in power, and we need at least 4. We need a new mandate.
How would you react to a quick election on the issue? You want us to be masters in our own house? We will be. You've got your nationalization. We need time to do it. So I've decided we're going to the polls in 2 months with a single issue, electricity.
Ah bon?
I hope you're happy.
There's still Bell telephone.
We are now masters in our own house. René Levesque.
Merci. Merci beaucoup, c'est gentil.
We are not communists. We are not even socialists. Our plan to nationalize the power companies is based on sound economic fundamentals. I'll explain how we...
You know, Mr. Parizeau, nationalizing hydroelectricity is not exactly a radical step. They did it in Ontario in 1907. How much do you need?
303 million.
You don't need it by tomorrow, do you?
No, no.
We'll give you the money. How about an opening credit of, let's say, 350 million? We'll arrange everything. You'll get your money.
Well, thank you.
Monsieur Levesque, Monsieur Lesage, can you confirm the rumor that New York is lending you $300 million?
The U.S. hasn't lent so much to a foreign country since World War I. How do you convince them?
Is the government free from the St. James Street financial establishment?
Is it true that anyone who won't speak French at Hydro will have to leave?
Monsieur.
Monsieur Levesque, you just won by a 5,000 vote majority by promising nationalization. Is it a personal victory?
Well, no.
Gentlemen, we will nationalize in the upcoming session. Thank you.
Thanks.
So, you have your nationalization? To your victory.
Oh, not so fast. We still have to negotiate a stock buyout, change hiring policies so more francophones have access to management jobs. See if we can do the same with the steel industry.
René. Before you took over the file, no one thought it was possible. Now it's happened. You've given people here the key to the kingdom. Try to be happy with what you've accomplished.
You're right. I am happy. I haven't been this happy in a long time.
A new life, a new start for us. Right. My life is spent waiting for him. I've never been so alone.
René's doing the best he can. He has huge responsibilities and...
Well, 3 kids is also a big responsibility, and I don't have a team to help me.
Hire someone. Go out, get a job. It would do you good to get out of the kitchen.
No, I didn't have 3 kids to have them raised by someone else. And what job? I'm not about to make coffee for some boss or work in a factory.
Why not? You have to start somewhere.
When René went into politics, I thought he would include me in his life. I thought he would ask me to travel with him and take me to official dinners and receptions, like the other wives. I wanted us to be like all the other couples, you know? A real couple. No, instead, I'd like to know who he spends his time with.
With his 2 departments.
He always has a good excuse.
Oh, Louise, let it go. There's more to life than René Levesque. Live your own life.
What life?
You want the chairman of the Montreal Stock Exchange to join the cabinet?
Well, you know Eric Kierans. He's bright, he's rich. He knows the business world like the back of his hand. He has a modern view of finance, and he's interested in politics. I'm convinced he would do a good job at revenue. Too dark for TV, it won't show up.
A red millionaire at the Liberal Party. At least it's the right color.
On the other hand, this one goes better with my tie. What do you think?
An Irish bastard with us. Pourquoi pas?
Why do I even bother asking your advice? Sartorial elegance is obviously not one of your priorities. Concerning Kierans, my mind is made up. Mesdames et messieurs, bonsoir.
Bonjour, j'ai rendez-vous avec Monsieur Eric Kierans. René Levesque.
Wait here.
Vous voulez que j'attende ici?
Please.
Ah, Mr. Levesque. Glad you could make it.
Mr. Kierans.
What do you say we have a drink? An Irish bastard.
Well, you are Irish, aren't you?
Je suis un homme du monde, Mr. Levesque. That's what I am.
And an Irish bastard. Well, a millionnaire avec des idées socialistes.
Progressiste.
Your French is good.
Ah, je prends des cours tout le matin. Comment allez-vous? Je suis heureux de faire votre connaissance. Paris, c'est joli. Mon tailleur est riche. There. Am I ready for politics?
I hope so. It's lonely being the only troublemaker in the house.
I'll bet.
You know, Mr. Kierans.
You know, you called me a bastard. You might as well just call me Eric.
Okay. Eric, I was intrigued when you called.
I followed every step of your electricity saga. You were the driving force on that one. What's your next move, Mr. Levesque?
Well, there's one thing I hate. It's being at the mercy of our financiers.
I agree. It's like giving them the power to run the country. And we can't have a thriving economy without easy access to money.
Oui. So, are you gonna say yes to the stage?
We'll see. To your health, Mr. Levesque.
Masters in our own house that inflamed them. It's nationalistic bullshit.
You're exaggerating.
Oh, it starts with slogans, then flag burning, then killing.
Masters in our own house was meant to foster autonomy, not violence.
Universities have always been a cradle for new ideas and rebellion. Pierre's at the forefront with his students.
Trudeau trains lawyers. Those guys don't rebel.
The agitators are a minority. Granted, a dangerous and demagogic minority, but still only a minority.
Yeah. Minority that killed the night watchman. Poor devil. It's inexcusable.
Yes, with murder, the FLQ's breached the limit of violence. Still, one should weigh one's words carefully.
Come on. You don't become violent because you get excited over words. Otherwise, might as well burn all of Shakespeare's works. Those kids killed because they've been kept in poverty since childhood. That's the cause of their revolt, nothing else.
No, thanks. Got to go. I'm working tomorrow.
I'll accompany you.
Honey?
Yeah.
If Kieran's can reassure Lesage and convince him that breaking up the St. James Street financial monopoly is worthwhile, I'll take my hat off to him.
Damn bankers. Anyway, whatever happens, Eric has my support. And he'll need it because all hell will break loose. It's dynamiting for the subway station.
Odd time to be working on the subway.
Yeah, especially in Westmount. It'll wake everybody up. Call your paper. If it's the FLQ, you have a scoop.
You think it might be them?
No, of course not. I'm telling you, it's the subway.
Did you hear that? It sounded like a bomb.
No, it's probably nothing. Maybe we should have a look.
Got a cigarette?
No.
They're your cigarettes. Help yourself.
And get cut by the police? I can just see it. Member for Laurier cut red-handed. Daniel Johnson would jump for joy.
That makes 4.
This is serious.
It's absurd.
I wonder how many they planted.
The press will say I came out of sympathy for the bombers.
They wouldn't dare. There are limits to bad faith. I think we'd better get out of here.
Let's go.
Violence shook Westmount last night as 10 homemade bombs planted in different mailboxes around the city exploded. No one has claimed responsibility for the bombings, and police are not yet prepared to accept the theory that it was the FLQ. The deputy for Laurier, René Levesque, spoke with us.
An RCMP agent was mutilated, trying to defuse a bomb planted by the Front de Libération du Québec. Senseless killing is a crime, no matter how noble the cause. It's pointless here in Quebec to try to create artificially The same climate as in Algeria or Cuba.
Mr. Chapman is trying to show me that the banks control Quebec's finances by making stock prices fall. It's good old-fashioned bullying, really nothing unusual.
I need their cooperation, Monsieur Kierans.
Well, yes, of course, but St. James Street has had a monopoly on Quebec financing for over 200 years, and they don't like sharing. Now, it's going to take a little while, but they'll get used to it.
Well, they'll have to, because their bloody hold on us doesn't make sense.
They're very powerful. I certainly don't want investors to panic.
You know, I don't think they'll cause a panic. By breaking up the monopoly, we multiply the sources of financing, and interest rates will go down. Now, that's reassuring for any investor.
Otherwise, we might as well let the banks run the government.
I was speaking to my revenue minister. If you want to give your opinion, Monsieur Levesque, why don't you start by arriving on time? Now, where are we in our negotiation with the liquor board strikers, Monsieur Hamel? It's our first showdown with government employees. We have to regain control.
Well, sir, bargaining is still going on, but it's very difficult.
Finally, there's a goddamn limit to you winning.
The match isn't over, Pierre.
Thank you.
René, you're a sore loser.
That's it.
Yeah, that's why I work with them.
Concentrate on your serve, Pierre. It's our only chance.
Ladies and gentlemen, on clay courts, the member for Chambly, Monsieur Pierre Laporte, is about to send a formidable serve into the net.
Ronnie, stop distracting me. It's unfair.
And we drink, we drink, we drink, and we fight, we fight, we fight.
Hey! Nice game, Mr. Kierans.
Nice game, gentlemen. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Nice game, guys. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up.
They're government employees with whom we're negotiating, and you tell them not to give up? Perhaps you'd be better off in the opposition, Monsieur Levesque, since you've taken a stand against your own government.
I encourage the strikers as well.
You?
Yes, my cleaning lady's husband's one of the strikers, and she asked me what he should do. I told her that he should follow his union's orders.
Whoever is against Levesque is against Kierans.
And vice versa.
Please, Monsieur Kierans. You had the good sense not to share your opinions with the newspapers.
I'm sorry.
Madame, Messieurs, it's been a fantastic year. We've accomplished a lot, both for industry and for the economy. Hydro-Quebec, for example, has doubled the number of its employees and multiplied its income by 5. We must now stress the human element and redirect our social policies. That's why I have decided to shuffle Eric Kierans to the Health Department and René Levesque to Social Welfare. I hope each of you will help our new ministers with their new responsibility. Now,
I guess he's telling us we've created enough havoc in the financial community. Mr. Chapman must have applied pressure.
I hope you all understand.
Oh, well, I'm sure our new departments need some reforms.
That my government.
Monsieur Levesque, Mr. Kierans, your economic portfolios have been taken away from you. Is this a demotion?
Do you think that caring for families, the underprivileged, and And the health of an entire population is a demotion?
No.
Health and social welfare will be working together. Mr. Levesque is my associate minister, and I'm his.
One for all and all for one.
Yeah, that's it. Now, gentlemen, if you'll excuse us, we've got a lot to do. Still, Lesage is trying to write us off.
I'm warning you, René. This time we're not university students out on the town, huh?
Robert, I didn't hire you to spare me. You know the social issues? The families that fall under my department, well, they are our families. So we either do the job or we don't. We'll take care of you.
You okay?
Hello? This is where you sleep? It's clean for the children, at least.
Nobody wants illegitimate children. Fathers don't acknowledge them, and mothers can't afford to bring them up. Good families don't want to adopt the children of sin. Private U.S. organizations take some from time to time and place them with families in the States.
Are you saying the Americans buy our children?
Fortunately, Anglicans are less fussy about the children of sin. We can't take care of everybody. The orphanage is already full. On top of that, we don't charge to deliver the babies of girls who can't afford a hospital.
But you make them work. Do you pay them?
They're very lucky the church takes them in when no one else wants them. Here, they receive care, and their babies too. Very good care. All these little bastards, they bring into the world without thinking of the consequences of their acts. Who would take care of them if we weren't here? Who? You, Monsieur le Ministre?
Until just recently, single mothers were supporting their children with an annual family income of less than $2,000. Courageous women whom we have no right to condemn in the name of a backward morality. This is why my department, from now on, will give a tax deduction to a national mother holding a job. We've also repaired a national disgrace, that of our orphans, who were more or less bought by U.S. adoption agencies, then placed across the border. An abominable trade that had to be stopped. It's not more shameful for a society to adopt its illegitimate children than to bring them into the world. So we have taken steps to encourage adoption here in Quebec. Little Marie has found a family.
Your speech was so moving.
Thank you.
You must be proud of him.
Very proud.
Pearson approached me to run for the feds. I'm not surprised.
It was bound to happen, sooner or later. You have what you need, John. Pearson wouldn't leave a candidate with your talent on the sidelines. What are you gonna do?
I was wondering what you thought.
Quebec needs people on its side in Ottawa. From that standpoint, you're an excellent candidate. But don't make the same mistake I made.
What mistake was that?
Don't go alone. Set your terms. Make Pearson take Trudeau and Pelletier with you. Believe me, it's too tough alone.
Monsieur Trudeau, why have you decided to run for the Liberal Party?
Well, it's because I believe we have to prevent Quebec from leaving Canada, and that my decision to join the Liberal Party will allow us to achieve this.
Which of the three is really your friend?
There's nothing as unpredictable as friendship.
Is that why you're only comfortable when there are 500 people around you? You know, René, there are advantages to sharing intimacy with someone.
Leave me alone with that. I'm not gonna go through psychoanalysis. I had a friend. Raymond Bourget, in college. We did everything together. Raymond was a good person. I liked him a lot.
And?
You're not gonna let go, are you?
What happened to Raymond?
He died on a beach in Normandy during the landing. He was 20 years old. It really hurt me. After that, I blocked out friendship. Not to protect myself, I guess. That's it.
I'm your friend.
It's not the same.
You're right. It's not the same.
The current system, where the two governments overlap, is an aberration. The victims are the very people our system is supposed to help. Ottawa must understand that we need clear jurisdiction so that we no longer step on each other's toes. This means the provinces must repatriate family allowances and old age pensions. But no constitutional change is required, since it is well established that these areas fall under provincial jurisdiction.
Mr. Levesque, are you looking for a constitutional confrontation?
The only thing I'm looking for is my people's welfare. Pour ce qui est de la Constitution, dites-vous bien que tant qu'il restera un maudit Canadien français, vous ne réussirez pas à nous intégrer dans ce monstre hybride et biculturel dont vous rêvez.
Alors, quelle juridiction accordez-vous encore à la gouvernement fédéral?
Le bureau du Premier ministre, assurément. Excusez-moi.
Mr. Trudeau, as a new Quebec Member of Parliament, how would you define Quebec status?
I don't believe in the theory of two nations, in associate states, or in a special status for Quebec.
Well, we know Monsieur Levesque is fighting to repatriate social programs in Quebec. Don't you believe that in that case, special status for Quebec would make the programs more effective?
The transfer of family allowances and old age pensions is unacceptable. It's a constitutional issue. Accepting a transfer of these jurisdictions is granting Quebec a special status and making it a province unlike the others. It's unthinkable.
Confederation is an old sacred cow. Canada must change. To give you a very concrete example, in my department, we're not able to give proper service to our people by repatriating state allowances to families because of the way the system works. Ottawa wouldn't allow it. To be honest, every time I leave Quebec for another part of Canada, I feel like a native leaving his reservation.
How would you feel if the radicals succeeded in separating Quebec from the rest of Canada?
I wouldn't shed too many tears.
He doesn't mean it.
Are you a separatist? Are you a separatist, Mr. Levesque?
No, I'm not, because I'm not convinced. But I could become convinced.
And what would it take to convince you?
It's a good question.
What does he mean, separatist?
Nothing. Your father's talking nonsense. Come on, go get dressed.
Okay. Jingle bell.
Okay, up. Okay, let me try this, sweetie. Take it. Okay, Susan. 1, 2, 3, and up. Hey. You see? Oh.
I don't understand how you could say such a thing.
I didn't say I wanted to separate. I said I could be convinced if I were given valid arguments.
There are no valid arguments. If we separate, everybody will lose.
I'm not so sure. You have nothing in common. Shh, Suzanne. We don't think alike. We don't govern alike. They don't want to listen to what we have to say. We get less and less respect in Ottawa. In the end, their stubborn refusal to see the difference is more and more of an obstacle to progress in Quebec.
If you keep looking for trouble, eventually you'll find it. Lesage won't let you...
Don't talk to me about Lesage. Damn him anyway. Waiting for me to go on vacation before calling a cabinet meeting.
Must be important if he wants you in Miami.
Better be important. Damn Lesage.
You're separating?
No.
Then where are you going?
To work. Enjoy your vacation, you lucky duck. I'll be back soon. 2 or 3 days.
According to my polls, the Liberal Party leads the Union Nationale by 2-1. That's why I've decided to call an election. An election I am sure to win. Always the last one, Monsieur Levesque.
Our record is impressive, the time is ideal, but the great debates are over.
What we need now is the leader out front at the gold-style campaign. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
He interrupted my vacation to announce that. The gold-style campaign. He's nuts. The strength of the party is the team. There's a reason why our slogan was L'équipe du tonnerre. In his goddamn poll, there are still 40% undecided. That's a lot of people. All I hope is that he calls his bloody election as soon as possible.
René, were you serious in that interview in Toronto?
What interview?
The one you talk about the separation of Quebec. You said you wouldn't shed too many tears if Quebec separated one day.
You know, Eric, I saw where nationalism can lead. When I entered Dachau, the horror I saw there, nobody could forget. Those are images I will take with me to my grave. But more and more, I have trouble believing Quebec has a place in Ottawa.
You know, I'll never agree with you on that one. Ni sur la forme, ni sur le fond. But whatever happens, René, you can always count on my friendship.
La forme, not le fond. Forme is feminine.
Oh, I should have known.
The gold-style campaign. Lesage is forgetting something. A leader must always face a terrible fate on his own.
What's that?
Something a certain General de Gaulle himself said. It's the first big rally of the campaign, and he didn't invite any of us. Not one minister. You'd think he'd done it all by himself. I can't understand why he'd want to push me away. I admit I'm not always easy. But Gilles Lajoie is a model of loyalty. A modicum of decency would dictate inviting him.
You too?
I called quite a few things into question.
Including yourself. You sure you want to go inside? It won't be pleasant.
I hope not. If we lose, it'll be the first time in history a party beat itself.
Ladies and gentlemen, here are some of the Liberal Party's achievements over the past years. 40 tax points recovered from Ottawa, the nationalization of electricity, the recovery of northern Quebec, the fight against cronyism, a Department of Education, the Caisse de dépôt to finance economic development, modern social laws, hospital insurance, not to mention the creation of public corporations like SOCEM, SGF, and Seedbeck. We've boarded the train of modernity. Quebec is on the move, and I will keep driving the train.
You will never steal the show from me again.
Board the train of modernity. Quebec is on the move, and I will keep driving the train.
No, we won't make it this time, Johnny.
Monsieur Lesage won't make it. You will.
In '62, for nationalization, I won with a majority of 4,563 votes. How many do you bet I'll get this time?
I don't bet.
I do. $50, I get fewer votes than in '62.
Impossible.
$50.
René?
Running against the tide in Mercier, the Liberals have elected their youngest candidate, Monsieur Robert Bourassa. The victory of the Union Nationale and its leader, Daniel Johnson, now seems assured. However, election results in several key ridings have been delayed. Despite the fact that many Liberal candidates have been elected in some key ridings, it seems that the red wave has swept Quebec.
You lost.
I know.
I was talking about your bet. You lost, you owe me $50.
My majority didn't drop.
Your majority increased. 6,561 votes. You're re-elected, you won, and you owe me $50.
A victory within a defeat. Kind of ironic.
Is that all being in the opposition means to you?
Stop crying. Come and help.
I'm not crying. But help with what? It's all been taken away. We hardly started, René. There's still so much to do.
I know. The worst is, we should have won. We'll be back.
What are you going to do now?